All right, for segment 1 today, we are going to dive into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Transdimensional Adventures, because nobody can get enough of Turtles right now. It's the thing. It's what's happening. It's how to be hip, or whatever terms the kids use nowadays, in terms of role-playing games. And we're going to jump on this bandwagon. But we're specifically going to focus on something that I didn't cover when I covered Transdimensional Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original one from 80 whatever. And we're going to talk about magic. Specifically in this video, the Wizard, and in the next video, the Time Lord. And that is what we're going to focus on, because I think I have enough videos on other stuff. And we're going to do that right now. All right. So I'll just be upfront with you. I don't know much about this. I keep saying that I don't deal with time travel in my games. Yes, I do. I've actually run 2 time travel campaigns, I guess you'd call them. But they're all mechanical. I don't deal with the Time Lords. I couldn't deal with the Time Lord's name. Sorry, Lord Simultaneous is such a stupid name that... and apparently that's from the original comic book. Somebody had to inform me of that. I still don't like it. Where is Wizard Magic? There it is, 49. So page 50. So what's you can roll up a character in your origin, and you actually can be a wizard, which, to be 100% honest with you, I knew you could be a Time Lord, apprentice Time Lord. I had no clue you could be a wizard. Not gonna lie. How could I have the book for that long and play the game for that many years? Because I avoided it like the plague. This was not, I don't do psionics in my game. And after seeing what the temporal magic can do, I didn't deal with that nonsense either. But you know what? It's actually not that bad. Now that I've officially made a time travel character in another video, I was looking, this could actually be fun. So let's dive into this. Teen Dog, what are your thoughts about magic and dimensional travel?
Well, TMNT at its base game is a non-magic thing.
Yeah.
So adding magic to something that wasn't built for it can be trouble. So I'm actually interested into how they wove this in there.
Okay. Yep. Fair enough. And yeah, I would say that. Well, I don't want to say it doesn't belong. But I'll say it doesn't belong in just a standard TMNT game. This is meant for your time travelers, your dimensional travelers, your people, we'll just say out of time and space. But here we go. Wizard magic. Spell magic taps into the fabric of mystic energies and weaves it into useful focus force. The spoken incantations invoke and ignite the mystic energies, while the wizard's force of will and concentration molds and directs it. It is the repetition of specific mystic or power words that sparks the mystic energies. Thus, those words are spoken softly, often whispered so quietly that they are barely audible and disguised amidst a string of meaningless phrases. Already not liking that. Only the meaningless parts of the incantation are ever spoken clearly or shouted aloud, and then only to distract from the true power words for dramatic effect. Because the ancient secrets of magic are a dangerous force and not to be trifled with, the masters of the arts take great pains to hide them from the world.
All right, that seems like you're making magic a little overcomplicated from jump, but
well, it seems like you're trying to make it. Well, I can envision reasons why, but it seems like they're trying to make it as subtle as psychic powers,
which is not a Palladium thing to do.
Well, it's not. I don't think it's an anything thing to do. Like any game system or fantasy realm tends to have psychic being the sneaky and magic being the bombastic. I call upon the power. What was it in the Charm of Making in Excalibur? Anal Nathrak Uthvas Bithud Dakhel Denvi, which I think is real.
Yenvei.
Okay, which I think is real Celtic or something. Anyway. I mean, it's always some magic is always something that's noticeable. So for this to make it subtle, not a fan. But there might be a reason. There might be reasons for that. So let's keep going. Spell casting. The master of the mystic arts must spend years of study with another greater master. During those years, oh God, I forgot about this. They learn to concentrate, focus thought, relax, and meditate. Oh. Hold on, let me center myself so I can read this without screaming. And learn the other dimensions and evil forces. Learn the responsibility one must accept when one becomes part of the enigmatic world of magic. Then, only after all this has been fully mastered, understood, it is the first simple spell taught. What? And only after it's fully mastered
Is the first simple spell.
Oh, wait, hold on. Fully mastered and understood is the first. Oh, okay. You're right. I said it is, didn't I? Is the first simple spell taught. So you got to spend years learning, practicing, understanding. You know, maybe. No, I'm not going to say that. It's supposed to be a kid's game. Until now, okay, you're ready for your first spell. With that one spell, the novice learns to focus, direct, and control the unwieldy energy that courses through and out of their body. Once the novice has learned to completely control that one spell, they're ready to explore the deeper mystic arts. For the love of God, I'm not going to be able to get through this. The number of spells learned varies with the complexity of the spell and the experience. In years and study of the mage, for instance, a globe of daylight is much simpler than a mystic portal. Consequently, the study of the mystic portal spell is the equivalent of 3 simpler spells. I will show this because I had to deal with this on the Time Lord side as well. Obviously, older and more experienced mages are more powerful and know more spells. As one's experience level increases, the potency and control over each spell also increases. This is usually reflected in increased range, duration, damage, or saving throw. Which, that's kind of... I mean, that's standard for Palladium?
Yeah.
So nothing new there. The number of spells wizards can cast per day is limited by the frailty of the mortal body. The channeling of magic energies is physically as well as mentally taxing. This means spellcasters are physically limited in how many spells they can cast before their body yields and can deliver no more. One might think a high physical endurance would make a difference, but it does not. However, as spellcasters use magic more and more often, their body and inner body builds a tolerance towards the mystic energies, enabling them to cast more spells per day. In direct game context, this is reflected as they increase in experience levels.
Huh.
You are not wrong, Violence. You are not wrong.
Okay.
What's up?
So, what do we start with? 2?
I don't know what it is for the wizard. I can tell you what it is for the Time Lord, but I don't know what it is for the wizard. For the Time Lord, now, you talking about numbers that you can cast per day or the number you know?
Cast per day.
Cast per day is 4 for the Time Lord.
4 for the Time Lord. Okay.
I'm guessing it'll be about the same for the wizard, but I don't know.
Well, we'll find out.
Regardless of the physical limitations, a spellweaver can have memorized more or fewer spells than he can physically cast. All this means is he can have a range of spells to select from. Since the spells are committed to memory, the mage can select and use them as needed. So it's not like D&D where there's no Vancian magic here. Once you know them, you know them. There are no restrictions to how often the same spell can be cast or what combination of spells might be thrown. The wizard has full command over the arsenal of spells, drawing upon them as circumstances demand. Thus, while a spellcaster may know 20 different spells, they may only physically be able to cast 10 per 24-hour period. Huh?
That's an example of 10 per 24-hour period, but that's probably not starting at level 1.
Yeah, we'll see what it is at level 1. So, starting wizard spells. You start knowing 14 spells. This is where the he didn't put it here as well as he did, I think, on the Time Lord side, at least not as of yet, whereas there's superscript. So when you look at a spell, I am going to jump ahead here because I've got to explain this now because we're talking about number of spells. If we look at a spell, let's pick one here. Here we go. Armor of Ithyn. See that superscript 2? Armor of Ithyn squared?
Oh, yeah.
That means it costs 2 spell slots. No. It costs 2
2
of your known
memorization.
spells. Yeah.
Yeah, two known spells. Yeah.
2 known spells. Not how many. It doesn't mean it costs 2 for how many you cast per day.
No.
It just means
Just for
how many
learning.
you know.
Just for learning.
Right.
Okay. So wait, learning spells, like when you go up a level, you learn more spells. Like we're going to get to that in just a second, right? Yeah.
Yes, we're going to get to
so
learning
I'll
spells.
save my question for then.
Okay. There we go. The total number of spells you can start with is 8 at first level plus 2. Wow, that's less than the Time Lord.
Cast per day is 8.
Oh, no, that's right. That's per day.
14.
Yeah, 14 is the same. Is it the same? 9, 5, yeah, I think it is. So you can cast 8 per day at first level plus 2. So you actually start with more, but it goes up slower. The Time Lord goes up by 3 at 4, 7, 10, and 13.
Okay.
And we'll talk
So
about that.
eventually, the Time Lord will surpass, but in the first half of the levels, the wizard's probably going to be able to cast more.
8, 10, 12, 14, 16? 8, 10, 12, 14. They end at the same. They both end at 16.
Oh. All right, then. I'd rather be a wizard. All
right. There you go. I don't know. One of those spells on the Time Lord we'll see in the next video is freaking awesome. I love it.
Okay.
I would never have allowed it when I was running games in the 90s, though. Okay, learning more spells. There are several ways to learn new spells, but none are easy. First, you can return to a master. The spellcaster's original teacher is usually willing to tutor him in a new wizard spell every once in a while. Like that little italicized there. What does that mean? However long the GM wants it to be. You know what it is in my game? How often do you think you'd get a spell, Heathen Dog?
Once, maybe.
Ever!
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. But a simple wizard spell takes a week of study and practice, while a complex one with a 2 superscript requires 1d4 weeks, and the most difficult with 3 superscript requires 2d4 weeks. I'm not gonna lie, I was reading those things as like armor of Ithyn squared and time p cubed, and but yeah, the superscript. The student should be smart enough to take no for an answer and bow to the master's wisdom, taking whichever spell might be offered, if any. If the student pushes it, the master teaches them nothing until he relearns the virtue of patience. 2d4 months of meditation. Basically, if you whine, I want a new spell, the game master says, all right.
You're in timeout. 2d4 months. Get in the corner. Think about what you did.
Granted tutelage. 1d4 wizard spells may be taught as a boon from a grateful supernatural being or high-level wizard. There's no price to pay for that, is there?
No, it's fine.
However, the learner must set aside the time to study and practice each spell as above. Once begun, the period of study for each spell cannot be broken. If the learner leaves or otherwise stops mid-study, the spell is lost and no further spells will be taught. This is the most rare and unlikely occurrence in a wizard's life. Yeah, you know, supernatural creatures don't want you to have the powers that they have.
Plus, you know, they're immortal beings and you're just a human. So how many times are you going to actually save their bacon? Probably not a lot. So, yeah.
And then there's self-taught. I'm not even going to read this yet. This sounds dangerous as heck.
Okay.
Casters can learn new spells by scrutinizing ancient inscriptions, spell scrolls, and tomes of magic. A decipher magic spell does not circumvent study and practice. Regular study of a spell, double the time under tutelage, gives a caster enough familiarity to attempt the new spell. Constant study to the exclusion of all else is not necessary, but only one spell can be studied at a time. Heathen Dog, get some percentile dice ready, please.
Got him.
After the study, then a full 8 hours of uninterrupted spell weaving. Roll on the following table. Always in front of the game master. Please roll in front of me, Heathen Dog. I trust you. Whatever you...
Okay.
Because I'm not letting him see the table, so he can't pick the
42.
number. 42. Failure. The spellcaster is dazed and weak. Minus 10% to skills. -1 to strike, parry, and dodge for 1d4 days.
Oh, man.
By the way, I like this table because it isn't just roll high wins. You have success here, and you've got success here. Everything else is a failure, and different types of failure. Sorry, success down here also.
Not a whole lot of success on that chart, I'm seeing.
Well, you got 28% there, or 29%. You've got 4 more, so 30, or 5 more, sorry. So that's, what is that? 29, so 34, and 12 more on top of that, so...
46.
Oh, no, actually, that would be 11, wouldn't it? 1 through 11? Yeah. 46. I don't know what that math is. It's like 40-some%.
Yeah, that's not great.
Hey, you know what? Learning a spell on your own? You really want that spell? Other wizard abilities. Mastery of the mystic arts provides a spellcaster with a handful of additional or automatic abilities. These powers do not require casting spells, thus they can be used as often as desired. As a wizard levels up, he gains increased bonuses in magical combat. Over time, his magic becomes more potent. He learns to foretell his foe's actions, and his mind and body become more resistant to the effects of harmful magic and psionic powers. All you had to do is put an S on the end of this. God.
All right. See, number 1 is stupid. All spell strength starts at 12.
Well, right. Well, okay. It's just
So you don't get anything for 1.
It's not really a bonus. I get it, but you're sure you don't get anything for 1, but it is a starting point. If you want to call it a bonus, you can say, hey, nobody else can cast spells, so there you go. You got a spell strength. But it goes up, and I actually mentioned this in my Time Lord video because I didn't realize this. On the character sheet, it says, or on my character sheet anyway, because of the way it's presented in TMNT book, it says saving roll for an apprentice and a saving roll for master. So it says 12 for one, 16 for other, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of thought it was like psychics. Now, to be fair, with psionics, it's if you're a master or you're a psychic, that's what determines your saving throw. If you're not a psychic person, it's a 15 or higher. If you are a psychic person, it's a 10 or higher. Get that. For the wizard, it actually comes from who's casting it. So I was thinking like Palladium fantasy, where you have words and circles and all that other kind of complex rituals and so forth. I didn't realize that it was just based on this table. So really, I didn't need to put that on the character sheet. It's because it's going to be whatever the spell strength is. What level is the caster? If the caster's 4th level, it's going to be a 13. If he's 7th level, it's going to be a 14. So you see how that's going up.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say it's unnecessary to have on the character sheet, but kind of unnecessary to have on the character sheet. In the meantime, he also gets a save to magic. And then a bonus to initiative, and you know how much we love our initiatives.
Oh, yeah.
But there you go. That's what the bonuses per level are. And of course, it's laid out in the same format as your combat training skills. Old Palladium folks would notice hand-to-hand skills. And yes, unlike 2 different types of combat training, martial arts and expert, which you can't put together, this does. These are 2 completely different features. You can have your magic table, your wizard bonus table, and your hand-to-hand table. All right. Astral projection. Oh, wait, so is this first level or is this all? It looks like all of them get this. This wizard ability, mastered through years of study and willpower, functions very much like the psionic power. When a person astrally projects, shouldn't it be astrally projects? I guess, whatever. When a person astral projects, his physical body falls into a death-like trance as his astral body enters the vast plane of the astral world. The astral plane is a pleasant world of rolling clouds and endless yellow sky. Okay, that's different than most games. Most games like either black and white, or it's like a
or gray,
weird tapestry,
or hazy, or muted, or whatever. Yeah,
something that's just kind of wrapped over the world. In this dimension, the astral body is free to fly great distances in mere moments and gaze from the astral plane into the real world containing the traveler's physical body. This provides great spying potential since only mystical presence sense can detect an astral body, and only psionic attacks from both physical and the astral planes can harm the astral body. Okay.
If you want to see if a mage is a liar, ask him, hey, when you were an apprentice, did you ever astrally project into a girl's locker room? If they say no, liar.
The astral body can be killed psionically by being prevented from returning to its physical body. Hypnotic suggestion, stun, sleep, mind wipe, dispel spirits, and possession are all powerful weapons against the astral traveler. To be fair, you have to know the astral traveler is there. You have to be able to sense them somehow. But when you do, if you've got those, the astral traveler has a 40% chance, +5 per spellcaster level, to successfully travel through the astral plane and appear into the physical world where intended. Hold on just 1 second here. Okay. Yeah, I would have liked to have seen that written like this, either in this first paragraph or at the end or something. But you understand what I'm saying, right?
No.
Instead of trying to dig it out of a paragraph.
Oh, the whole 40% thing.
Yeah.
It should have been offset. Yeah, I get it.
No. The astral traveler. So, I'll just read that again. The astral traveler has a 40% chance, +5 per spellcaster level, to successfully travel through the astral plane and appear into the physical world where intended. He cannot be seen or heard, nor can he touch anything in astral form. Not make contact with the physical world through telepathy, empathy. May make contact with the physical world through telepathy, empathy, or telekinesis. Can you have both psychic? I guess you could.
Is it magic telepathy? I mean, is there magic empathy or?
I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
There are a lot. By the way, there are a lot of wizard spells. But I'm just thinking because those are kind of psychic powers, right? Since everything in this game is Bio-E based.
If you bought a psychic Bio-E power, then you can use it when you're astrally traveling.
Yeah. Wow. I'll just tell you right now. I don't want to say it's not worth it, but you're not going to have much of a character if you do that, because if I remember correctly, the 1 or 2 rolls that you can do to get wizard, first of all, wizard becomes an option. It doesn't say, hey, you're a wizard. It says you can spend 30 Bio-E points to become a wizard.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's 25 for a Time Lord, so yeah, you figure out the difference. But so if you'd also then spend Bio-E points on, say, a telekinetic power, which I don't know, is that like 10 or something? I don't know. That's a whole ton of Bio-E points. That now your character's gonna be really tiny, and you're gonna be walking on all fours. And anyway, although hostile astral travelers can cause trouble through psionic attacks, the real danger lies in returning to the physical body before the time limit elapses, which is 1 minute or 4 combat rounds per level of the wizard. If the astral, what's that?
Doesn't seem like a lot of time.
Fair, yeah. If the astral traveler, did it say does not?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, does not. I miss it. If the astral traveler does not return in time or otherwise becomes disoriented, he is lost and cannot return to his body. The astral body is potentially forever trapped in the astral plane, and the physical body will die in 2d4 days. It is not wise to wait until the very last moment to return to the physical body.
Well, you only have 1 minute per level. I mean, every moment seems like the last moment at that point. What? I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Well,
it's too dangerous and useless.
I don't know about useless.
I do.
Since you can basically go anywhere in the world?
Maybe. 40% plus 5% chance per level to end up where you wanted to be. That's not great odds. And then getting back, you gotta leave in less than a minute, or else you might not make it back to your body. That's not great. So basically, when you're early levels, you have one shot to get to where you want to go, a 40% chance. And if you don't make it, you got to head back, because if you try again, you're pushing the clock.
I don't know, for the spying ability, it gives you, it's a tool, not supposed to be something you just do all the time.
I understand. It's just not worth it.
And once you hit like 3rd or 4th level, I don't know, you're going to get
you'll have a 50-50.
Awesome. It's 50-50 to be exactly where you intended. You can roll again to like, hold on, let me do this again. I want to get to the spot. So on average, you're going to make it at least on the 2nd roll.
And at that point, you have anywhere between 1 and 2 minutes where you wanted to be, and then you got to head back.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Okay. Where's this? Should astral travelers become lost 4 times per day, once every 6 hours, they may roll percentile to determine their state of mind and sense of direction, and if they have any chance to find their physical bodies. These characters, I'm just going to do everything plural here. These characters may keep trying to fight the disorientation until they succeed or time elapses. Their bodies expire. They must roll certain to return. Oh, wow. Do you want to give me another percentile roll?
Sure. Oh, 97.
Okay, you're certain. Traveler knows where his physical body is located and will reach it in 1d12 hours.
Okay, 1d12 hours. Well, hopefully I didn't hit that clock. Hopefully I didn't roll this at the end of day 4. But yeah, there's only a 19% chance for certain. Okay.
Hold on, I'm looking for something here. Sometimes when I'm reading out loud for this, I don't pick up on a couple of things. I'm trying to find out here. Okay, here we go. Return in time. So, okay, if you're using, from what I'm seeing here, this is weird. Because for whatever reason, I thought Okay, the astral body is free to fly great distances in mere moments and gaze from astral space into the real world containing the traveler's physical body. Provides great spying potential. Okay.
And
I-
really, right here, right after that sentence, it should give actual speed and distance able to travel in a minute or 15 seconds or whatever. It should tell you that. I don't see it. Great speed. What does that mean?
I mean, I visualize it as you can spy pretty much anywhere you want. The thing
Yeah.
is the further away you are, good luck getting back. Because what I would do is I would say, hey, let's just say you're trying to, you're in a haunted house. You're locked in, the door's shut, right? And little Billy's missing, and you want to find him. So you decide you're going to go look in astral space. You're looking at the local area. I probably wouldn't even have the character roll. If I had the roll, given such a benefit, and the chance of getting lost would be next to none because you're there. Now let's flip that script a little bit and say you want to do the same thing, but you want to scry from where I am here in Alabama to up where Heathen Dog is in Michigan. Well, I don't know all the highways. I know if I go south, I'm going the right direction, right? But
Until you hit water.
until I hit water, then I've gone too far. Right. But so there I would need the role. That's where I'd see the role, this role being more prevalent. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. I don't know. But there is a lot of vagary there. There's a lot of.
Yeah. I mean, when you can say you can travel great speed, do all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. But the moment you put a clock on it, which they do, the book does, puts a clock on it. You only have a minute, per level? Then you need to know exactly how fast you can go, or else that clock is meaningless. Or time is meaningless. One or the other.
I would have to utilize it. There we go. That's the word I want to say in gameplay. Before so right now, the way I'm taking this, and I don't know if anybody else is doing the same thing, is you basically have global access. But the further you go and the less you know the area, good luck getting back home. If you use it locally, I don't even know if there should necessarily even be a roll. Now, as far as that
again,
move at great speeds, I just kind of visualize like the world shifting in front of you as you're kind of like flying through the clouds, whoosh, and then you end up hopefully where you want to.
That is going to be per game master.
Right.
Because it's so vague.
Yeah.
That every game master is going to have a different ruling on that. That's not good.
I'm okay with that.
I'm not.
I don't like to have everything defined.
Yeah, but when you only define half of it, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, I do wish the intent was a little clearer, if not in numbers, just the intent, like you move fast, does that mean that I can, as somebody put in the comments, my movement speed or in hundreds of miles per hour or whatever? Like I said, I'm visualizing it as you've got the globe at your fingertips, but good luck. I want to look at the ancient pyramids. Have you ever been there? No. Let's see you make that roll. But all right, anyway, let's move on. Recognize magic. Wizard's knowledge is so complete they can recognize magic in almost any form on site. This includes magic items, magic weapons, circles, and other magic users, and people controlled or possessed by mystic forces. The exact purpose or power of the enchantment is usually not known, but that it is rooted in magic is easily identifiable. So you have to do a little more research to determine, hey, I don't know exactly what it does, but that's magical over there.
Yeah, or he's possessed, or she's got a spell on her, or whatever. Or hey, wait a minute, that dagger is a magic dagger. Okay. 50% chance at level 1, plus 5 per level after that. I can dig it. Because that is pretty powerful. That is a powerful sensory ability. So starting at 50%, I'm fine.
It's basically a 50% free detect magic that you can use whenever you want.
Yeah, I'm down.
And then sense magic. Wizards can sense the presence of magic whenever it is nearby, and even have a chance to pinpoint the source. Applicable to all forms of magic, from spellcasters to circles and magic items.
Yeah, this is out of line of sight. Because line of sight is 50%. Out of line of sight, it looks like it's 30%. Again, fair.
And here's, I'm just going to say it. Sorry, Sean, if you're listening, but this is what drives me crazy about Sean's writing. You have wizards down here and the wizard up here. Like, keep, it's just like past and presence. Unless it's necessary, you always keep the same
Tense.
Yeah, well, it's tense for past and present. Yeah. Spellcasting terms. Spellcaster level. This refers to the experience level of the wizard casting. Okay, so we're not going to read all the terms. We'll describe them because I think we can do that, and I don't want to spend too much time on just this. But spellcaster level is the level of the person casting the spell, as it just says right there. So I don't think we have to read that whole paragraph for that. Range tells you how far it goes. That's the maximum distance. And at every point here, you can play it in yards or meters. Look at that. Area of effect spells. These are incantations that affect everyone and everything in a given area or radius. A spell with a 6-yard radius affects all within the circle of its power. Those just outside the area are not effective.
Sure. Makes sense.
I'm intense, apparently. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Over on the Rumble side. Line of sight. This means the spellcaster's target or victim must be within his vision to be affected. Got it. Touch means you have to smack the person. Touch the person. Technically assault. A duration, how long the spell will last. Got it. Spell strength. Spellcaster grows in experience levels. We kind of talked about that already. That's what you have to roll to save.
Yeah. That's
saving throws versus magic.
Saving throw floor. Yep.
Yeah. Same thing. Canceling spells. Any spellcaster can cancel the ongoing effect of a spell he's cast anytime. So if he did not cast a spell, he can cancel it.
Yep. Anytime I want.
Yep. A spellcaster does not have to create a spell for its full duration. So you can always say, look, I only want this to last for a minute, not an hour. Got it. Okay. And you can discontinue a spell in mid-incantation without side effects and without using up one of the spells per day. That's very opposite of D&D, and I actually like that.
Yeah.
Negate magic. The spell gives the caster the potential ability to cancel, dispel, or negate another spellcaster's magic spell. Dispel magic barriers work on a similar principle. See negate magic spell for description. Never mind.
Why would it be here? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't know why that is here. If it's a spell, then it's in spells. I don't understand why it's there.
But maybe there's a reason. Maybe there's general use of the ability or something. I don't know. I am not going to read through all of these. No way. But let's. Can you see that list, Heathen Dog?
Yes, I can.
Okay. There are a lot of spells you get here, and some will look definitely at. Well, I don't really want to look at carpet adhesion, but if you want to,
all you have to do really with this list is tell us that the superscript, the 2 and the 3 means, and the asterisk in the beginning of some of them. What does that mean?
I don't know what the asterisk means, so we'll find out that. The 2 and the 3, we are going to look at a couple of spells just to show them for the folks out there. But Armor of Ithrin is going to be one because everybody's going to have a question about that one. You know how that's going to go. But so the superscript 3. So let's zoom in all the way. Oh, can't zoom in any more than that. Anti-magic cloud cubed. That means that it takes 3 of your spell slots, spell selections. The known spells.
There you go. Yeah.
3 of your known spells. So if you can know 8, this one spell would be 3 of them. Or is it cast? No, you know 14.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah.
This one
No,
spell
you know 14. This is 3 of them.
Now, what about learning, like you went to the thing for learning new spells? There's 3 ways to do it: self-study, gift by a supernatural being or a super high level wizard, or go back to your teacher.
Yep.
And it gives 1d4, 1d4, and 1 if you do it yourself. Well, if your teacher's dead and you haven't saved the life of God lately, then how are you going to learn these superscript spells if you can only get 1 at a time?
Well, no. Well,
1 slot at a time.
Well, it's not 1 slot; it's 1 spell.
Oh, okay.
For the learning.
Why, okay, I get it now. That's why it's so hard to do it yourself. You can learn any spell, but you only have a 40-something% chance success because you could feasibly learn anti-magic cloud. There you
Yes.
go.
Now, it still counts as your number of known spells, but that only pays attention, unless I completely forgot something here, at the beginning of the game.
Right. Character creation. That's when it counts.
After that, it just determines how long it takes to learn it.
Got it. Okay. I get it now. I'm on board.
Now, then you got Armor of Ithn Cubed, and we will look at what the asterisk means here in a second. I saw a couple people complaining on the Discord about this comic book font. Turtles comes from comics, so I don't really have a big issue with it. I don't. So your mileage may vary on that, but you can see there's a long list of spells here. Oh, let's we do want to look for something. We want to look for there's exorcism, anything that can see the astral traveler.
Okay.
I'm not seeing anything yet.
Mystic alarm, probably.
Maybe.
If an astral body comes within the boundaries of the area, it might send up a flare.
Restoration
Sanctuary, probably. See the invisible, probably.
I don't know about see invisible because you're not really invisible.
I said probably. I don't know. I think it would.
Okay, so here's what the asterisk denotes spells that are strictly offensive in nature. Okay.
Oh, all right.
So these are your combat spells. For quick, by the way, Sean said something. I said this on one of the other videos, so I'll say it again. I don't care if he's watching. He said something that drove me crazy. You know how we were talking before we started this video here about the number of actions you get per round?
Yep.
It's basically, we just assume everybody's going to take boxing anyway.
That's rough.
What do you think happened? What do you think my heart did when I
you threw up in your mouth?
I threw up in my mouth. Yes. Oh Lord.
Because oh my God, because there is absolutely no logical reason why a wizard would have boxing at level 1. None. There's no way to explain that. Try it and look like a fool.
Okay.
Damn that.
And he explains one more time, which I think is good. I think this is good that he explained it one more time. Powerful spells require more time and study.
Sure.
Did you want to look at see invisibility then?
Yeah, see invisible.
Okay.
I'm fairly certain it's going to see astral as well.
Okay. Well, we'll take a look at that. But we're going to start with Armor of Ithn because it's in the A's. And we'll compare it to the folks, like, I don't remember the Palladium Fantasy version of this too much, but you guys out there who know Heroes Unlimited and Rifts can see how close it is to that. Of course, it's going to have AR because it's not an MDC game.
Right. But AR of 18 is really good.
Yes. Well, it's one less than it used to be. Because remember, AR now is a target number.
That's fair.
Range, self or other by touch. So I can touch Heathen Dog and give him this spell. And then he sues me for assault. Duration, 4. What's that?
No, I'm okay.
Duration, 4 rounds per caster level. So basically 1 minute per level. To be fair, I actually prefer it written this way, 4 rounds instead of 1 minute. So use the game terms for things that are, game mechanics.
I get it.
Effect, armor rating 18. So that means the enemy has to roll an 18 or higher to hurt you. And an SDC of 200 armor. That's a lot. I have a character who's got a strength of 31 and has 6 ranks in hand-to-hand, whatever it was. Commando or not commando, whatever, assassin or some crap like that. And with a strength of 31, he can lift like 6 tons or 3 tons. 6,000 pounds. And he only gets a plus 22 to damage. Now, again, that's strength. That's strength. That's with everything added up. This dude still has 200 armor. If I swing at him and I do, we'll just say a D6, we'll say it's 25 damage to make it. I still have to hit this dude 8 times. That's pretty darn good. Armor Ithn is pretty tough, which probably explains why it costs 2 slots. What are your thoughts?
No, I completely agree. In an SDC environment, especially one that isn't superhero Superman level like Heroes Unlimited, 200 SDC is no joke at all.
Right.
That is tank right there.
Yeah, consider 2 actions per round, 3 if you take boxing. 2 actions per round. Yeah, depending, and I don't expect a wizard is going to be going up in the middle of a fight, having everybody attack him. So that's going to last a while.
Yeah.
So saving throws none, because why would anybody want to save against this? How
Save against
dare
this
you put that?
protective, awesome thing? Yeah.
I know, right?
That's right. I consent to Max Liao's touch attack of Armor of Ithan. I'm not going to say no to that.
Bouncells Everything says better AR and SDC than full plate armor from Palladium Fantasy. Okay.
There you go. And it's invisible and it doesn't encumber you at all.
Is it invisible? Well, let's see. Oh, it says right there. So this powerful spell instantly creates an invisible, weightless, noiseless, full suit of mystic armor upon the spellcaster.
Yeah.
Named after the magic armor of the Dwarf King Ithan, this magical armor has an armor rating of 18 and an SDC of 200. Great. I already said that above, but it's cool that you put it there. In addition, fire, lightning, and cold do half damage. Yeah. Making the wearer.
Yeah. The only bad thing about this, it only lasts 1 minute per level. But everything else that is good about it, all that, like, it's Hall of Fame, checklist down the line. I'm loving it.
I will say that the duration is pretty short, but compared to what you get, this is a bang for buck kind. This is situational kind of thing. When you need it,
I'm fine. I'm down, man.
Yeah.
This is great. I have to use one spell every minute to keep this on all the time. And if a fight lasts more than 4 minutes, something's wrong.
And remember, you get, what is it, 8 spells starting at first level?
Yeah.
That you can cast.
Per day.
Yeah, and it doesn't say how often you can cast. You can cast them every round. Just once your 8 are done, you're done.
Yeah, so after 4 rounds, you probably blew your load, right? I mean, you're probably done anyway.
But
I mean, I would save 1 to cast it again if the fight is still going on, but that's just me.
So for the Time Lord that I made for the character creation video, he had this spell and or she had this spell and fly like an eagle. Well, guess what happens when I start running out of SDC?
Armor of Ithan, fly away.
Fly away. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody. Nice knowing you.
All right, you wanted to see
invisible.
See invisible. That's sphere, stone, shadow, resist. See the invisible. Ooh, the invisible. Okay. Sell for others by touch. So once again, I can tap it on him. Duration is 2.5 minutes, 10 rounds. Per spellcaster level. Well, 10 rounds.
I don't think that was necessary, but all right.
Yeah. I would have ignored this part and just put 10 rounds per, but yeah, I get it. Saving throw none again. Probably want this. This spell enables a person to see any invisible object or being, including elementals, jinn, etc., within his line of sight clearly and distinctly up to 20 yards away. The spell can be cast upon oneself or another person.
Okay, yep. I don't know, man. Saying it can see astral is now a stretch. I don't think it can.
And before any... Oh, sorry. Go on.
What about Sanctuary?
Okay, we'll look at that. Real quickly, if anybody wants to complain, only 20 yards, that seems to be a kind of a common number in TMNT, because if you have night vision, that also goes out to 20 yards. And I think the reason is because they want the game to have more close in.
Yeah.
Give you a chance to actually sneak. You're supposed to be playing ninjas, and if everybody's got see invisible and night vision, once you get close, you're kind of risking it, right?
Yeah, I mean, if everyone can see all heat signatures up to 10 football fields away, you're not sneaking on anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Sanctuary. Ooh, this one's a cube. Sanctuary cubed.
Oh, this one should do it.
10 yards, 10-yard radius per spellcaster level. 1d4 years. Okay, well, I don't know what the spell does, but we're about to find out here.
I'm down. Whatever it does for a long time.
Saving throw, none. This legendary spell prevents all acts of aggression or hostility within its radius. It's so powerful that it can immobilize an entire army. Any creature that attempts to attack or harm any other creature within its radius of effect is instantly struck down, becoming temporarily paralyzed and rendered unconscious. No saving throw. It happens. The aggressor is...
That's kind of mean. You're paralyzed and unconscious. Either one would do it.
Well,
you don't need both.
Just to make sure we got the double whammy on you.
Just to make sure, I guess. All right.
The aggressor is not harmed in any way, but immediately and completely incapacitated. The perpetrator of any action that will harm another, no matter how subtle, will be affected. So if you just want to smack him on the back of the head, like, hey, Doomcuff, well, guess what? Will be affected. Only the spellcaster of the sanctuary is not subject to its effects.
Oh, the spell can only be cast in the mage's home or secret domicile or sanctum sanctorum. All right, so wherever you practice your magic or your home, that's all you can do. The spell it. Okay, well that's a large caveat, but I understand because this is a very powerful spell.
Right?
And again, has no mention of astral anything. Any creature that attempts to attack or harm, well, telepathy, empathy is not harm.
Yeah, but remember, it only said psychic powers can be used when you're astral traveling. To and from.
So I don't think it's harm.
Yeah, so you can
Okay,
spy on the sanctuary.
There's another one. There was a magic mystic alarm or something like that. What was it called?
He's fishing for this.
I'm trying to find out. Mystic alarm. There you go.
Zoom that out a little bit.
Protect possessions. No, never mind.
Yep. Okay.
Nope, doesn't work.
Well, here, let's just
Shield?
scroll. Hold on, let's just start at the top since you're going to want to go through them all now anyway.
God damn it. I mean, so far this astral travel is severely hampered on one end and completely open-ended on the other, where you can go and do anything and no one can know you were there as far as I can tell.
Exorcism, supernatural creatures, nope.
That's if you can see them.
Yeah. English Eyes of the Wolf, nope. Impenetrable visibility, mesmer, no. Magic net, fibers which will snare. Okay, that's just a snare. Mute, mystic shield, mystic alarm. Okay, well look at. Well, you already looked at mystic shield, magical shield enclosure. Blah blah blah. That just protects. Concentrate to maintain the shield. Okay, that's negate magic. No, nope. I'm not seeing anything here on the magic side. We know on the psychic side it's there.
Yeah.
Stone to flesh, teleport self, speed of snail. That's cast that on myself. Sorcerer. Oh, what's sorcerer's seal? Can permanently seal a door, chamber, box, compartment. No amount of brute strength. Can it be scried through? Doesn't say it can't be yet. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, but if you're astral, you don't go through the door, you go through the wall the door's attached to, and you're fine. So that's not really an impediment.
All right, well, I see nothing there that's on the magic side.
Okay, so astral travel, you have an astral being looking at you in the shower all the time. Just accept it. And there is literally no way to stop it. None. There's no way to stop it. So, yes. Chester the molester is watching your daughter in the shower, and there's nothing anyone can do about it.
Oh, wow, that got weird.
Because it is weird. I'm not liking this at all. Okay, all right. I gotta go for a second. We'll be back.
Okay, so there we go. That's the wizard. We're gonna see a lot of the same when it comes to the Time Lord. I've actually made a Time Lord now. That video I think popped this morning. So I don't know. What are your thoughts? So let's get to some chat here. See if Heathen Dog starred anything. And there's some starred. Let's just go back to the. Okay, that was done. Zeg Media, thank you very much. Became a YouTube member. Appreciate that. We'll be talking about Zeg Media's book in Heathen Dog section after I cover the Time Lord. And Kokushuko says, does this version of astral projection allow the character to go astral like a ghost locally and find the body easily? I mean, we kind of read through exactly what it said that you do with body. You have 40 plus 5% chance to find the location. And then, yeah, you have to try to get back. It's very vague on how to get back. Like I said, for me, I would make it a how localized are you and how well do you know the area? Like, I know how to get from here to work. So if I'm astrally scrying on, the people at work, since I work in a skiff and, no monitoring is allowed in there. So I want to do that. I wouldn't think it'd be too hard to get back to my body. If you're looking at a location you don't know that well, that's going to be a whole different deal. But it wasn't fully clear on that. And I understand Heathen Dog's frustration with that, where it's like, he'd want it spelled out more. Me personally, I don't need it spelled out, but I also understand where he's coming from and don't necessarily disagree with him.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you spell out half of it, this is your time limit. 2d4, how many minutes per level? Okay, that's half of it. For that time limit to mean anything, we have to know how long it takes to do other things. That way we know how much time we have until we got to get back to our body. But none of that other stuff is spelled out, so that time limit's meaningless.
Okay,
everything else is instantaneous.
For me, something weird just happened. I don't see Heathen Dog.
What?
I hear Heathen Dog. I don't see Heathen Dog.
Hello.
He literally vanished.
I'm here.
Yep.
Can everyone else see me?
That is weird.
Chat?
And it happened when I tried to, he's not on stream, but his voice is, yeah.
Really? I see myself. Hang on.
There you go. Now you're back.
What the hell? I just turned off the camera and turned it back on.
Yeah. Heathen Dog checked out. There you go. Astral Palladium is a realm for psionics. It's mainly detailed in one of the Nightbane source books. Don't remember which one. Yeah, but that's for fantasy. I don't know if that relates also over here to turtles. It might, or that you might just be kind of pointing out the fact that there are some similarities. So, cast the invisibility. There we go. Did you have anything else you wanted me to point out?
I'm upset that
you started this one.
I'm upset that magical astral travel has no cannot be countered by magic. That doesn't make sense to me. If every single spellcaster can astrally travel, you think someone would have made a spell to block astral travelers, or at least detect
it. Yeah.
Yeah, block and or detect.
Well,
Probably
detect magic would do that. You don't know what the magic source is, but you know something magical is happening.
Okay. What are you going to do about it? Just know that you're being looked at. Just continue your shower.
Continue your shower. No, that's when you start going,
But that's exactly what Chester wants.
All right. Well, I wasn't able to read the comments, so I don't know if there's anything else there. So we'll leave it at that. And please, I'm trying to think. I don't have too many problems with it, but like I said, I can understand Heathen Dog's concern. I also want to be very, very clear on this for anybody who's going to start putting some of this stuff in the comments. I intentionally am not comparing this to the original. The original may have all these answers. The original may include none of this, and maybe Sean just added this stuff in to give the wizard something more to do. I don't know, because I don't know much about wizards from the original Transdimensional TMNT. That's not what's important here, to know what was in the original. What's important is to know what's in this book. And now you know how wizards act. Now you know what they can do. They actually seem pretty cool. But how do they compare to Time Lords? Well, we're going to find that out in the next video. So please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you next time.